Okay, let's try this again. Holy cow. That's a lot better. So much better. Oh my god. Okay. Hello all. I'm gonna restart the kind of intro part just because now I fixed OBS and I cannot hear the playback of my mic, which is so much nicer. I'm using OBS for the first time, so I've never used it before, so I apologize for all the scuffedness that this video is gonna be. And it's been probably at least a year since I streamed, so very rusty. And also, I was never really streaming legit in the first place, so, and I'm not now. I do have a class in around an hour, so I'm not going to stay on for super long. But I wanted to show off the server I've been playing on a bunch, since I've been doing a lot of Minecraft, and I thought it'd be fun, and I haven't streamed anything in a while. So this is my skin. I partially made it, so I edited someone else's skin. I added the little bone mask. I changed around some of the bottom layer stuff. Add a little bracelet. So this is a top. I have the work cloak, which I do actually own this cloak in real life. It's from over the garden wall. And then, if I take off that top layer, I got this creepy little kind of smile. I got the little rainbow bracelet, which everyone in my faction wears. Our server is divided into factions, so we have basically nations, and everyone has kind of their own customs, and their own like religious stuff, their own economy, laws, stuff like that. And then in the back, I got these little wings, a little tail. I like to play usually with my top layer on, unless I'm doing kind of PvP or lore stuff. And let me put my armor back on. My inventory is kind of a mess right now because I was in the middle of doing stuff. Oh, here's my shield. Here, let me. So I'm using a couple like vanilla tweaks, which you can probably tell. So I have the HD shield spat and banner tweak. I have some other like stuff about kind of unobtrusive stuff like unobtrusive fire, unobtrusive like shield, stuff like that. So I get that cool HD shield. I get this elytra, which is like the Vex Wings elytra because it kind of matches my skin under the cloak layer. And unfortunately, we don't have a lot of huge builds on this server yet, just because we started the server kind of recently. We had an old server which had a lot more kind of intense builds, and people haven't really been on that much, and plus my kind of nation faction has been a lot more focused on farms. I do a lot more building stuff and like PvP stuff. I don't really know how redstone works at all, so none of this stuff was built by me right here. This is built by my faction. We have 4 people in our faction, and they're all really awesome. Well, 2 of them are really awesome, like redstone and kind of farm builders. So they've done all this. So we got like a kind of little farm over here. The minecars are kind of loud, sorry. And then this is iron farms. They're all kind of color coded based on our faction. Same with this pixel art. We got tree farm, bone meal farm. That's a shulker farm up there. That's pretty cool. It's one of my favorite like farms. I think it looks awesome. Over here we have like a tree farm down here. You can see the kind of, there's like a tree pixel art. This is an automatic like lava bucket filler for fuel. Staff only. This is potions. Little automatic potion thing. This is our storage silo. And then over here, this is my favorite thing. We got our villagers trading system, trading hall. So basically the way it works is over here you can see there's these buttons, and if you push a button, then, I don't really want to zombify any of these guys right now, but if you push the button, then a villager will drop down from like a piston, the block under them will drop, they'll go down here, they'll go all the way over here, and they'll get killed by a zombie down there, and then they'll pop up again, and you can rail them back to their spot, and then you can heal them. So we have all these librarians. We have every single book, including Curse of Binding and like all that stuff. So we have all the books. And then we have Fletchers over here. I'm working on tipped arrows, which is what these boxes are filled with. We got clerics over here. We haven't finished fully setting up the system, but I think it's pretty cool. And then if you over here, this light on means that the village breeder has like villagers in it. So if you push this button, then a new zombified villager will pop up, and you can rail them over to wherever you want them. Oh, over here is our giant sheep. It's where we store our wool for the wool farm. It's pretty high quality. And then this is like a soul speed dolphin path. If you go through those gates, you'll get dolphin's grace. That up there is wow, the chunks are loading so slowly. It's great. That up there is our mob farm. So it's hooked up to an automatic shulker loader. So if you go down here, you can see that like over here there's shulker boxes and they automatically sort and fill with stuff from the farm. So we got a lot of gunpowder. It's primarily a gunpowder farm, but there is some other stuff in there as well. Over here we have our storage system. It is eventually going to be automatic, but it is not yet. So this is not like the finished design. You can see we have kind of all this stuff. Here's our diamonds right now. We get most of our stuff from shop stuff, so I can show you the shops over here. I built all our shops. But my sprint is like freaking disabled. I'm so slow right now. I don't want to check my slides. So this is our redstone trap. I have not finished stocking it yet, so over here is going to be pistons, sticky pistons, target blocks, and then probably up here we'll have redstone blocks, slime blocks, and honey blocks. So it's basically just for all your redstone needs. Obviously, this was like the biggest pain ever to craft, so I built all our shops and I've been stocking them. So that's our first shop. Well, that was the second one we made. The first one we made was actually this shop, which is kind of our like everything shop. So over here we have diamond gear, so everything's fully enchanted. We got, you know, silk touch, we got fortune, we got smite and sharpness over here, and then over here we have armor sets. In the armor sets we have like thorns and non-thorns version, and then we have every type of prat, and all the boots are soul speed 3. And then over here we have the stuff we sell over here. So we sell every enchanted book, including soul speed 3, and then we sell elytras, we sell shulker shells, obsidian, and then kind of all this other stuff, rockets, netherite. No one's bought any netherite yet. I do need to finish stocking it. Tridents. We sell riptide and channeling. So that's kind of, and then over here is our arrow shop, which I'm currently in the middle of stocking. So it's like a big old target block. Go inside. Right now we only have normal arrows and spectral arrows, but eventually I'm hoping to have basically all the types of tipped arrows. Some of them are going to be limited edition, just because I don't want to stock them full time, because the Fletchers, we don't want to keep their 15 tipped arrows. I don't want to keep 15 Fletchers in our villager system. We're probably going to keep 6 Fletchers, which will have PvP arrows. So that would be like harming, poison, weakness, slowness, jump boot, or not jump boot, slow falling, stuff like that. And then the other ones, because I have some Fletchers right now that sell them, I'll probably stock them like limited edition and then stop selling them later. Everything is set up on this mushroom island, which is really nice for mobs and like creepers especially. Not a fan. Here you can go check out the nether. So we're working right now. Well, I'm not doing it because, like I said, I'm not great with redstone. But this is a piston bolt. The fortress we use is just ridiculously far away, so this is gonna be the fastest way that we can get to it. And then this tunnel I built. It actually leads to our stronghold, which I'll show off in a second. And then over here we have our gold farm, which is pretty massive. And then over here we have the piglin trading. So that sorts automatically. Got a boat. So this tunnel, obviously, it'd probably be faster just to elytra there. But I like to make tunnels. I think they're a fun build because they're just like nice and repetitive and easy designs. I might get stuck outside, but yep. It does that right now, so I do have to actually fill in the bottom so it doesn't do that, since that was annoying people who were using the tunnel. This is our stronghold, so I built this. It's a pretty basic design. I really like the like hanging stronghold design some people have done with the lava. So I got like lava up there, lava down here, lava all the way around the walls, and then we have a lot of crying obsidian right now from the piglin trading. And if you go in here, we have the end. Previously, I did actually destroy 3 of these obsidian pillars completely, just like for mining them. That's where our haste beacon was. but, you know, unfortunately the dragon got respawned, which, you know, happened. So I am eventually planning on taking down more of the pillars, but, you know, for now I'm not going to, because the dragon is probably going to get respawned a couple more times. We don't have all the end gateways open yet, so probably once those are done I might do some more pillars. So down here we have the end farm. Originally this is meant to be a communal farm. Originally it got built, you can see it, there's, you know, netherrack, and basically it was super unsafe and super ugly and was built very fast. So I did all of this just to like fix it up, because earlier it wasn't teleport proof at all, so Endermen were teleporting out of this kind of chamber here, and there weren't really guardrails or anything, so it was a little bit stressful and it was hard to get to without an elytra, so I decided that I should fix it up, so I did that. And then I also did the Dragon Egg Shrine, which I can show you, is at spawn. Unfortunately, because in our previous server iteration, we had a lot more public areas, so we had like a public shop area, which a lot of people use. In this iteration, because we're nation-based, most people haven't been using public spaces really, so I wasn't really sure where to put the Dragon Egg, so it's just kind of sitting at spawn because it's supposed to be a communal resource people can use for the advancement. I actually have all the advancements, and we do have a data pack that added some advancements. Not a lot, wasn't the blazing cliffs or whatever, so we got like hard work pays off, obtain a block of netherite. There's some other ones that are kind of like that, and I do have how did we get here and our ballistic, so those are the two hidden advancements. So I got all the advancements. Our nation currently, me and one other person in our nation has gotten all the advancements, and the two other members are working on it, so hopefully we'll have it eventually. So we were the first people with the dragon egg. So I'm going to go to spawn, which is -x +c. So obviously elytra and time travel, especially on a server, can be pretty dangerous. Our server is, as you can see, not the most lag friendly. So hopefully I won't die, but I rarely do. Up there, actually, that number at the top is our death counter. So that just shows, you know, how many times each players have died. Mine is, like, pretty high. I died a lot in the beginning. It's not high compared to some other people on the server. Oh, I'm going too far. We have some people on the server who have death counters at, like, 50 or more. So, obviously, you know, compared to that, I don't think 13 is that bad. Oh, there's the shrine. So, up here, you can see... I built this, so this is where the dragon egg stays. It's pretty basic. I didn't spend, like, you know, a huge amount of time in it. Basically, just, like, what supplies do we have the most of, and I think look good with the dragon egg. So, you got the crying obsidian, you got the obsidian, you go up here. The dragon egg is floating. You can see on a piece of string there, which I think looks pretty cool with the end rods also. And then over here, kind of the same, we have starter gear, take as needed, courtesy of Phoenix Faction. So, actually, oh, I didn't realize someone's actually taken from it. So we're Phoenix Faction, so someone did grab some starter gear from here. And this was just what we got from end looting. Or like buying, like we have a lot of soul speed 3 from trading, stuff like that. Since we were, you know, the first to really go end looting, basically what happened with the beginning of the server is there was a race to beat the dragon. One other person got to the end before us, actually. But he didn't kill the dragon in time, and we kind of swooped in last second and took the kill on the egg. So we do have that. So you can see, you know, for 13 deaths, I can show you my playtime. It's like, I think it's pretty good since I've played on the server more than almost anyone. I think the only other people who could boast my playtime are the other people who are in my faction. So I have 13.95 days. So it's a fair bit. Mostly I do a lot of grinding stuff, as you can imagine from like how long it takes to stock the shop. It takes a while. So let me head back to... Head back to our base. It's sad. I was planning on actually showing off our old server, which had a lot of really cool builds. We had this giant lighthouse. We had We had a really cool pirate ship. I had a really cool dragon egg shrine, stuff like that. But you know, it just ended before I really got the motivation to like start streaming. So I am planning on doing a couple more streams. I've been playing a lot of manhunts recently, actually. I have a friend who I've been manhunting with, and he is a way better. I'm not a great runner, honestly. My best beating Minecraft time is around 2 hours, and I've only just started playing, so I started playing over the summer. So this is like, you know, very new for me. I don't know why my compass is getting pointed this way, unless here we go. It's just all turned around. So I'm still, you know, getting used to kind of the game. I think my PvP's gotten a lot better, especially with manhunting. And, you know, I think speedrunning from, like, having never played in the summer to, like, 2 hours is not too bad. I definitely could practice a lot more. I'm trying to think of what else to show off. Unfortunately, I don't want to go and show off other people's bases, because I know that, they'll kind of want that to be a surprise for when it's done. And also, you know, they're not my builds, so I don't really want to show off builds that I didn't do, because I should get permission for that. And this was kind of a last second thing. Our current plans are, so this Mushroom Island is pretty huge. You can kind of see just from like flying around it. Normally Mushroom Islands are a lot smaller. So this is a pretty big one, and honestly, we kind of all hate the, like, mycelium. I think it's kind of ugly color. Like, it's okay, but not for, like, the builds we want to do. And originally we wanted something with a lot more, like, really cool terrain, like with 1.18 terrain generation, because the mountains are just so awesome, and I wanted kind of a cool valley or a meadow within those mountains. So I'm kind of sad we can do that for our base, but at the same time, you know, in terms of like farms, both efficiency and safety with mobs, like Mushrooms Islands are just awesome for setting up bases. And we can do some terraforming. So I think our current plan is that we're going to be terraforming basically this entire island, making it, you know, all green and nice, and not this ugly color. And we're hoping to build kind of a Studio Ghibli inspired base, Howl's Moving Castle kind of type design. So that's the plan right now. And I'm also hoping to do 2 more builds. I'm hoping to do a build in the desert, which is going to be kind of based off the Avatar: The Last Airbender. Wow, it's quite a few trees. The Avatar: The Last Airbender library. If you've ever seen that show, I think it has a really cool library, really cool build. And I'm also thinking of doing kind of a mineshaft, Night in the Woods inspired kind of pit into the void. So we will have to break some bedrock for that, because ideally I want it to go into bedrock, which, you know, is really hard, especially we're on paper, and it can be a pain for breaking bedrock. We had to change some settings to even allow it, and honestly, it's a little bit unreliable. It took us a while to break the bedrock into our fortress. So those are my kind of plans for builds right now. Obviously, we haven't, you know, we haven't done a lot in terms of like, oh, this looks really cool, this looks really impressive. Like, the size of farms, which obviously look kind of awesome. But, you know, all the shop stocking has paid off. We definitely have the most diamonds on the server. We definitely have the most tridents, elytras. I'm not sure if we have the most netherite. There's some people who've been on who haven't been on in a while. Over here also we have, this is backup gear I made for everyone. So they're all kind of based on people's armor and gear interests. So like my gear, I have fire prot boots, because I like to have fire prot. And then over here, this one, you know, for one of the people mentioned as frostwalker boots along with normal boots, just because you can use frostwalker for building farms that involve magma, whatever, which is really cool. And then over here, like, I like to have a silk touch and fortune shovel. My extra gear is in here, as you can see. I got 2 god apples right now. Definitely, there was one other person on the server who I think had 2, but I originally had 4. One of them I ate for the advancement balanced diet, and one of them I actually gave to someone else in my nation to eat for the advancement balanced diet. This is the underground, join the underground. I'm part of a secret society on the server. And then, you know, this is my fortune pick. Got my fortune shovel, so I keep this in my ender chest. And then this is some more secret society stuff. And then this is just an entire shulker boxes of totems of undying. You can see we have a lot. because we did have a raid farm, but it actually got banned. But because it got banned, you know, after we'd already spent the work making the raid farm, they said we could keep whatever we'd already made from it. So we got to keep our totems, which is nice because I use totems a lot, especially for bastion raiding, which is a little bit terrifying with brutes in 1.18. And then I have a whole shulker of fire res here. I like to carry a lot of fire res for the nether. And then this is like a potion brewing shulker, so I can like basically grab out all the ingredients and brew up almost any potion. And then this is my valuables, along with just kind of random junk, honestly. It's pretty empty right now. Normally I have a lot more netherite. I have my head, so we do have a mod pack from the Hermitcraft, which shows, what's it called? If you kill, like, you can get the player's head if they're killed by players, so we have more heads here. You can see we've collected a lot. We're planning on eventually collecting all of them. Some other kind of random junk in here. Last server I was on, I can't actually show you guys a screenshot at one point. I actually mined over 1,000 pieces of netherite over ancient debris, which I think is pretty awesome. I ended up to make 20-something blocks of netherite. So we're planning this server because I have a friend who I basically made a bet with that he couldn't also get 1,000 pieces of ancient debris, and he actually did right at the end of the server. So we're hoping to get an entire stack of netherite blocks, because I think combined, since we both got around 25 blocks, we could actually get to 64 blocks of netherite. So that's a one-day plan, which I think could be really cool. And then I just have a shulker of rockets, and these are my music discs. So as you can see, I have all the music discs, including Pig Step and Other Side. Play that actually. Actually, I don't know if that's copyrighted. I don't want to get in trouble. But we have more music discs here, so we actually have 3 copies of Other Side altogether, and you can see we did a lot of bastion raiding, so lots of Pig Step. And Other Side was we raided probably around 8 around 8 strongholds to get Other Side, so we just flew around to different strongholds, like triangulating and like you know, getting Other Side. It took a really long time, and I actually found we got 2 from a stronghold, and then I found the 3rd in a dungeon after I'd already gotten the 2, so that was kind of hilarious and frustrating because we spent all that work trying to get the original Other Side for the advancement. Because there is now, we have, I don't know if there's actually 1.18 edition or if this is our data pack edition, but one of the advancements is to collect and play all the music discs, so you can see I have that right here. I think of what else to show off. That's kind of it, honestly. Our server is not, you know, we haven't done a lot. So we are planning on doing some more kind of lore-based stuff. As you can see from the secret society we're part of, I got some, like, mission I'm supposed to be doing, secret code phrase, all that fun stuff. On the last server, we had a lot of fun lore, which I really enjoyed, and our faction actually gets to basically a secret item, which you can't get from anything but creative, because we're kind of going to be carrying a lot of the lore. We have a lot of chests everywhere. One of the people who builds all these farms just leaves chests everywhere and upsets me, and then I have to like put them away for them, and it annoys me. I like everything to be organized. But yeah, so we are gonna get some kind of secret item. We basically get to choose what we want it to be, so we could get something like an end portal frame, or you know, an end portal itself, like just the portal. But we're not allowed to use it, so we're only supposed to kind of have it for fashion and lore rather than function. So currently what we're thinking about doing, which I think could be really cool, is, what's it called? Doing something like, using it as basically a key to unlock a door. So, I don't know if you see, but there are these really cool redstone. Basically you can create a sorting system the same way you create an automatic sorting system, but, instead of having the sorting system, you know, put it in a proper chest, it has it unlock an item. So if an item like a, I don't know, random item, you know, a firework is named a specific name that when it goes into the item sorter, it opens the door. So I think it'd be really cool to have a secret vault that only opens using something that you can get from the creative inventory, so that only, you know, the admins or the mods can get, anyone opt, which means that basically our faction would be the only one who could open the door, which I think would be really interesting. You know, we were told that it might be a kind of boring way to use our, like, special things, so, but I think it'd be pretty cool. We haven't decided yet, though, on what that door is going to be, you know, like where it's going to be, what's going to be in it, and what the actual item that unlocks it is going to be. So we're going to do that eventually. I'm not sure what the other people in the faction have planned as far as builds. I'm not sure if we're going to be sharing a base or not. We originally weren't going to, but honestly, we might end up doing that. We are going to be sharing all our resources, so as you can see, that's like a communal sorting system. And yeah, unfortunately, not a lot of people have been on right now. So I got around half an hour till I have to go to my class. There isn't a lot more to do on this server, if I'm being honest. Just because people haven't done much. I'm trying to think if we have any more cool farms to show off. I don't even know where half our farms are. I tend to be the one to empty these a lot, so as you can see, they get really full. I'm sure this chest is full right now, unless I emptied it recently. This is our sugarcane. Yep. So they get really full really fast, so they're eventually going to be hooked up to that storage silo automatically. So we already have one thing hooked up to the silo automatically. I believe it's honey. Yep, so as you can see, a lot of honeycomb I have to sort here. But nothing else is hooked up automatically yet, so eventually it's all going to be hooked up automatically, so we don't have to empty them. But in the meantime, I'm usually the one who basically goes around and empties farms when they get full, especially since I'm the one who uses a lot of the resources to trade with villagers. So, oh, I didn't show you guys the emeralds. That's fun. All right, let me do that before we get off the server. So I did show you guys the diamonds, but what I didn't show you was... And there's more over at the Villager Trading Center, obviously, and a couple more here. But yeah, we have a lot of emeralds. Obviously, this is just like a ridiculous amount that we will literally never use for anything. But if we go to... Where's statistics? I've already forgot. I'm like, oh, where's... Go to statistics. Traded with villagers. You can see it's at 146,000. So obviously I've done the majority of trading with villagers, which has led to a lot of emeralds, and that's how we get basically all the stuff for our armor, for our enchantments. The last enchantment or advancement I actually got on the server, as you can see over here, it says AA 9.12 days final low. So that's saying that after 9.12 days of gameplay, I got all advancements, including the data pack and 1.18 ones. And my final advancement, as you can see from, you know, the Unbreaking 2 hoe, when I have another full hoe right next to it, is that I got I Enchanter as my last advancement, because I literally don't enchant stuff, even though I made all our armor. I just use anvils for everything, because we have the books. Oh, actually, let me put my compass where... I can show off my, the stuff everything's named. So I don't have everything named yet, like my trident isn't named, which is kind of boring. Neither is my pick, my shovel. But I do have cowboy hat, mostly void, old tutu, ballet shoes, stained apron, real knife, and worn dagger, and, you know, an empty gun. Those are just, like, Undertale names. I don't know. Keeping true to my channel name or whatever, and my in-game name. Same with my shield. It's a yellow heart, and it's justice, which is the yellow soul in Undertale stands for justice. And I think it's a pretty cool design. Got the little heart. Unfortunately, it looks really bad if you don't have HD shield banners, which is pretty sad. But yeah, that's kind of everything on the server. We don't have a lot of other. We've got a lot of redstone too, but we're gonna use all of that for stuff. Yeah, we don't have a lot else going on here, so let me... I'm trying to think of what I could play. I could just end the stream here, or... Debating. I could do some, like, flux or something. That's kind of low stakes chill. I'm really bad at PvP. I'm really bad at sword PvP and like kind of high pixel style. Like, you know, I don't have a very fast clicks per second CPS. I do a lot better with Axe and Shield. I really like Axe and Shield PvP. I'm not quite as good as with Axe and Shield if it's like Netherite or Full Diamond, kind of when everyone's a little bit more geared up. But with like kind of Stone and Wood Axe PvP, I've been doing a lot of manhunts lately, like I said with my friends, and I've gotten a lot better at that, and I've gotten pretty good, I think, at murdering them, which, you know, I'm a fan of. We have some other farms around, but they're not really interesting. You know, we have a slime farm, we have a drown farm, but the drown farm actually just like didn't work at all, so we decided to manually kill drowns instead. We're working right now. Well, I'm not working, but one of my faction people is working on a guardian farm, which causes quite a lot of deaths because guardians are a huge pain, and kind of draining such a big area is just not fun. And the last server, we had a guardian farm that didn't require any draining, which was really cool. But unfortunately, because of worries about kind of lag on the server, the mods have said that we can only have one farm that goes through the nether, so that transports mobs into the nether from the overworld, which is our drowned farm, even though it didn't really work at all. So we're not going to use that for our guardian farm, which is what the design from before actually utilized. Yeah, I don't know a lot about farms, but okay. Let me do flux. Here we go. I'll play like one block shuffle. If there, oh, okay, well, there's no players here, so probably no one's going to show up for a little while. I could do a manhunt, but those can take a really long time, and obviously I don't want to quit on some random person because my class showed, you know, I had to get to my class in 20 minutes. I was thinking about streaming some manhunts. I don't know if people would be interested in that. Obviously, you know, nobody's watching the stream right now, and probably nobody will be watching this stream, but if people do watch this stream and they're interested in a manhunt, I'm down to do that. As long as my friends are. I think one of my friends said that he'd be willing to, you know, stream some manhunts with me. He's not really about narration, so he probably wouldn't talk much, which is fine because I think, you know, you can have interesting gameplay without a huge amount of narration, even though obviously I talk a lot and that's just how I like to do my streams. But yeah, I probably am gonna end stream because I don't think anyone's gonna show up. So it was a fun time. I'm glad I got to show off my server a bit. I'm hoping once we have more builds going on that I can, you know, stream a little bit more of it. I have been just basically only playing Minecraft. I haven't really been playing a lot of Overwatch or like other kind of story-based games in a while. I might do some kind of playthrough, you know, if you guys see a really fun game and you think, oh, we want you to play that, since that's what I used to do. And I did really enjoy the Let's Plays and more like story-based games just because, you know, I like story-based games. I like indie games. They're really fun. But I've also just been playing basically all Minecraft. I've been speedrunning also, so I can stream some of my practices, but they're kind of abysmal because I'm a really slow speedrunner, and I have been trying to run in 1.18 just because manhunts, the current server we're using, are on 1.18, and that means that I'm dealing with brutes and bastions, which just kill me a lot. That's probably my primary cause of death is brutes. So I'm trying to get better at it, but it's not great. But for now, I don't have a hat in this skin. I used to do the little hat swap to you guys, which, you know, I'm not even, you know, it's a little bit old. But I can't take off my mask, I guess. So it's called a hat, so there we go. I guess hats or masks off to you guys. And it was a really fun time. I will talk to you guys later.